You know, Bob, just a few months ago, we did an episode on renovation loans, specifically the FHA's 203K loan, but we need to bring that one up again because there are some big changes on the horizon.
And you know what, Rick? Let's talk about that.
Hello and welcome to this episode of What's Their MO. I'm Rick Masnick.
And I'm Bob Orlando, and today we want to talk about the revised guidelines for the 203K renovation loan and the great news that comes along with it.
Yeah. First, we want to make sure you understand that there are a couple of different versions of the 203K loan, but the one we're going to focus on today is referred to as the 203K Limited.
Not to be confused with the 203K Streamline program.
Yeah, we actually referred to it that way in the previous video, and we actually got physical mail from an organization, a couple pieces, that we were not quoting the right terminology. So this is the 203K Limited. And this is the version that doesn't allow for any structural renovations, so you can't do any tearing down of any walls, putting an addition onto the house, and you have to keep the cost under $35,000, and the work has to be completed within 9 months.
Right. Well, the FHA announced that they've revised these guidelines, which are way overdue. So this is the great news we talked about. The renovation amount has increased from $35,000 to $75,000 for the renovation amount, and the amount of time to complete the work or the changes has been increased from 9 months to 12 months.
Yeah. Now, these changes don't go into effect until November, but you can certainly start looking into and purchasing a home that needs a little TLC and do some things to the house that make it your home.
Right. Now, the figures that we're talking about are what you would borrow in addition to the mortgage that you need to purchase the home. So, for instance, if you purchase a home for $400,000 and say you need $50,000 for renovation, we're going to basically be treating that as a purchase of $450,000. So the seller's going to get their $400,000. And then what's going to be left over is the $50,000 for the renovation work.
Yeah. It's important to know that there's something that has to be done, which is called a 10% contingency added to the amount of the bid for the work to be done for incidentals. So if you need $50,000 in renovations, we're going to add another $5,000 to the loan for those incidentals. And the example that I always like to use is, let's say you're getting the roof done, and there's a bid for that. But as the contractor is ripping the shingles off the roof, they find a bunch of rotted wood underneath, and it wasn't accounted for in the bid. Well, now you've got that contingency, and you can use those funds to take care of the rotted wood and replace the boards and whatnot. And if by any chance you do the work, that contingency never gets touched or partially used, the unused portion of a contingency just gets applied to the balance of the loan.
Right. Now, this renovation loan is great for purchases, but this program can also be used for refinances for renovation on your current home. It's not treated, say, like a cash out refinance. And the cash out, or a typical cash out refinance, you're limited to, say, 80% of the loan to value. And in this case, with the 203K FHA program, we can go up to 97.75% for a loan to value, which is great for somebody that needs the extra funds, and the rate is basically the same as a standard cash out refinance.
Yeah, so you can buy 97.75% of the value of the home and get all that work done. So if you found this information useful and helpful, please like it, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you know someone else that this information could benefit, please pass this along to them. But for now, that concludes this episode of What's Their MO. I'm Rick Masnick.
And I'm Bob Orlando, and we'll see you next time.